Your life as every level of Julius Caesar. You are born into a family that used to matter. The Julian clan traces its lineage to the goddess Venus, which sounds impressive until you realize the family hasn't had real political power in 2 generations. The name is old, the money is gone. The house in the Subura district sits in one of Rome's poorest neighborhoods, surrounded by the kind of people senators pretend don't exist. You grow up watching wealth move through the city like a river that never touches your street. You file that away. You file everything away. Level 1. The soldier. You are 18. Rome is in chaos. A military dictator named Sulla has taken power and is publishing lists of enemies. Your family is on the wrong side. Your aunt married the wrong general. Sulla's men come for you. You run. Not in panic, in calculation. You pay the right people, move through the right shadows, and disappear into military service in Asia Minor before Sulla's reach extends that far. You spend 3 years learning what power actually looks like from the bottom of it, how officers move, how men follow, how fear and loyalty are different tools for the same job. When Sulla dies and it's safe to return, you come back to Rome with something nobody can take away. You know how armies work from the inside. You are 25. You are broke, in debt, and completely unknown. You know exactly what to do about all 3. Level 2. The politician. Rome runs on 2 things, money and reputation. You don't have the first, so you borrow it, going into debt so spectacular it would destroy a lesser man's nerve. You spend everything on public games, on festivals, on the kind of spectacular generosity that makes ordinary people feel like someone powerful actually sees them. They remember. You learn the streets of Rome the way a general learns terrain. Every neighborhood, every faction, every grievance that hasn't been addressed in 30 years. You speak at funerals for relatives nobody else would eulogize. You defend clients nobody else would represent. You are present at every moment that matters, and several that don't yet. The Senate notices. Not with respect, with something colder. They see a man from nowhere spending money he doesn't have to buy influence he shouldn't have, and they file it away the way you file everything away. You are elected to office, then higher office, then higher still. Each election is its own campaign, its own set of alliances built, and debts owed. You are 40 years old, and you owe more money than some provinces generate in a year. None of it matters if you get what you're really after. Level 3. The general. They give you Gaul. It looks like a consolation prize. A distant province full of tribal warfare and bad weather, far from the center of Roman power. Your enemies in the Senate engineered it specifically to sideline you. Send Caesar to the frontier. Let the barbarians handle him. You spend 8 years turning their insult into your empire. Gaul is not a consolation prize. Gaul is a laboratory. You fight over 50 battles. You build bridges over the Rhine in 10 days, just to demonstrate that the Rhine is not a barrier. You cross to Britain twice, not because Britain matters strategically, but because no Roman general has done it, and you need people to understand what kind of man you are. You are the kind of man who crosses the Rhine in 10 days, and then writes about it himself so the account reaches Rome before anyone can spin it differently. The dispatches you send back to Rome are masterpieces of self-promotion, disguised as military reporting. You describe your campaigns in the third person. Caesar did this. Caesar decided that. As if you're writing history rather than making it. Rome reads every word. The people love you. The Senate watches the love and feels something close to fear. 1 million Gauls dead. Another million enslaved. The numbers don't reach Rome as numbers. They reach Rome as victories, as treasure, as the expansion of Roman civilization into the known world. You tell yourself that's what it is. Level 4. The crossing. Your enemies in the Senate finally move against you. They order you to disband your army and return to Rome as a private citizen. As a private citizen, you can be prosecuted, tried, stripped of everything. They've been building the case for years. The moment your army dissolves, you become just another man with powerful enemies and no protection. You stand on the northern bank of the Rubicon River with your 13th Legion. The Rubicon is the line. Every Roman general knows it. You cross it with an army, and you're declaring war on the Republic itself. You cross it alone, and they destroy you. Those are the only 2 options available. You cross it with the army. The word spreads through Rome in hours. Pompey, the Senate's chosen champion, flees the city. The men who ordered you disbanded are running south toward their ships before your cavalry reaches the first milestone. The Republic, that ancient machinery of checks and balances, designed specifically to prevent one man from accumulating too much power, folds in a matter of weeks. You enter Rome without a battle. You tell yourself you never wanted this, that they forced your hand, that crossing the Rubicon was the only rational move available. You've been planning this for 20 years. Level 5, the Dictator. They give you the title, Dictator, an old Roman office, technically legal, meant to be temporary in times of crisis. You hold it permanently. You reform the calendar. You expand the Senate with your own people. You redistribute land. You cancel debts. You build. You plan a campaign against Parthia that would make your Gallic campaigns look like border skirmishes. The speed at which you move is itself a kind of violence. The old Roman system of deliberation and consensus can't keep pace with a man who has already decided everything before the meeting begins. The senators who survived the Civil War smile at your games and applaud your reforms and meet in private rooms to discuss what everyone already knows. You are 55 years old. You have epilepsy that is getting worse. You have made it clear, in the way powerful men make things clear without saying them, that you intend to be king in everything but name. Rome has killed kings before. You know this. You've read the history. You wrote some of it. You have been warned. A soothsayer on the steps of the Forum, your wife's nightmares, friends who pull you aside and speak in careful words about the temperature of the city. You dismiss them because you have always dismissed warnings that don't fit your plans, and because on some level you believe the rules that apply to other men simply don't apply to you. That belief has been correct for 35 years. Level 6, the Ides. March 15th, 44 BC. You arrive at the theater of Pompey for a Senate meeting. The irony of the location doesn't occur to you. Pompey, the man you defeated, the man who fled Rome when you crossed the Rubicon, is commemorated in marble everywhere you look. 23 senators surround you. The first cut comes from behind. You turn. There are too many of them, too many blades, too many men you promoted and pardoned and trusted with the machinery of your empire. Brutus is there. You may or may not say what history says you said. Accounts differ. 23 wounds. You fall at the base of Pompey's statue, which is either the universe's sense of humor or a story someone invented later because it was too perfect to leave out. Rome descends into 17 more years of civil war. The republic you claim to be saving never recovers. Your adopted son, Octavian, eventually wins everything, takes the title Augustus, and becomes the emperor the republic spent 500 years trying to prevent. Everything you built gets used by someone else to build something you didn't intend. The calendar you reformed still tells us what day it is. The month of July is named after you. That's what's left when the rest is gone. Your name on the months, your face on the coins of a dozen languages, your decisions echoing through every government that borrowed from Rome's architecture and never quite escaped it. You came from a family that used to matter. In the end, you mattered too much.